What's up guys, today we will be going over the new Raid Scout rifle No Fillings with box breathing on it. I'm getting pretty sick, so I'm going to try to make this video pretty quick, but we're going to be talking about box breathing on the Scout, box breathing in general, and also comparing it to Rampage and things like that, and just seeing if it's good in PvE and PvP. So let's get right into this. So just like sniper rifles in the game, box breathing, once you ADS, it procs the perk, but once you un-ADS or shoot, you lose the perk, so you have to wait like 2 seconds to get the perk every time if you want to do that. If not, it's only on the first shot. So looking at the base damage of this weapon, it hits 725, and with box breathing, it now hits 1174, as you see right there. So box breathing is a 61.9% buff, which is actually pretty high, almost like the pre-nerf box breathing on high RPM snipers, like the EP sniper back in the day. But if you want to take advantage of this perk on someone with a lot of health, you're going to have to wait 1.5 to like 2 seconds every time to shoot, so it's not ideal still, but it's definitely a good percent. So let's compare that to the Rampage one, which is actually the exact same Scout. It has rapid hit, Rampage, and also drop mag. So looking at the numbers for Rampage, the base is still 725, times 1 is 868, then times 2, 1024, and then finally times 3, 1201. So putting those numbers up on the screen, it is a 20%, 41%, and 65.7% buff, so times 3 with Rampage is higher than the box breathing buff, but the big difference is with box breathing you only get the first shot, or you have to reproc the perk every time, but once you get Rampage times 3, you have that 65.7% buff forever until you drop the perk. So it's obviously a much better experience and more fluid using Rampage times 3 on this weapon compared to box breathing and PvE. But what about PvP? Well, in PvP, it's still that 61.9% buff. As you see, it hits 89 and then 55 without box breathing. So if you completely optimize this weapon, as you see right here, getting 3 shots as fast as possible, you can kill someone in 0.652 seconds, which is pretty quick for a scout rifle that has almost infinite range in PvP. And I've actually used the gun quite a bit in PvP, and I actually kind of like it, but you have to full on play to the playstyle of the scout rifle. You have to play really long lines of sight, then also be ADSing on those lines of sight extremely early and waiting for people to come around the corner. So sometimes it's kind of awkward where you're just sitting there waiting for someone, they don't come around the corner, then you can't see your radar, you don't know where they went. So you have to really like kind of play into the scout, but if you do, it works pretty well, getting the 3 tabs, then also getting that consistent 89 damage to get someone close to half, then your teammate can follow up, or you know, whatever. So if you're the type of person that likes playing more passive in PvP, this scout rifle probably will do really well for you in Crucible. It's not necessarily my play style, but when I actually try to play with it, I actually do pretty well. But as you saw in that previous clip, that's like one of those examples where I'm ADSing a lane, then out of nowhere someone's just next to me because I can't see my radar, and I'm ADSing for so long, trying to keep the box breathing perk up at all times. So once you get used to those situations, kind of like knowing where people are and like more listening to sound cues, it's definitely really good in PvP. But back to PvE. There's really no reason to even use this thing in PvE at all. Rampage is literally just a better version of this perk. It's a higher percent with times 3 that also lasts forever as long as you keep on getting kills, compared to box breathing where you have to reproc it every single shot. And for this being the Raid Scout Rifle, I really don't see the point of them even putting box breathing on it. Yeah, box breathing is good for PvP, but it's the Raid Scout Rifle. So I don't really know what their thought process was putting box breathing on a Scout Rifle, especially from the in-game PvE content. I guess they intend for you to use it in the last 2 encounters on the snipers on the rooftops maybe, and only pop 1 shot at a time. That's my best guess. Now, if box breathing wasn't nerfed and it was year 1 version where once you proc it, you have it forever until you reload or un-ADS, then that would make a little bit of sense. You know, it'd be 61.9% for every shot, and all you'd have to do is ADS for a while. So in that scenario, you could actually say it might be better than Rampage in some scenarios, like on bosses and whatnot. I really hope at some point they realize the box breathing nerf wasn't really necessary at all, especially since they changed most of the snipers to the energy slot. Back in year 1, the Darcy and the EP sniper were in the heavy slot, and they both did the same amount of damage and damage per second, so obviously they need to address the fact that a legendary was doing the same as exotic, the Darcy. But now that all those snipers are in the energy slot, while Darcy and Whisper the Worm are in the heavy, box breathing being the year 1 version wouldn't be an issue at all. So I really hope they address box breathing soon, because I would love to use it on the Scout Rifle in PvE, then also snipers in PvE. But as of right now, the perk is literally just dead. It's useless. Only use the Scout if you're playing PvP. If you're playing PvE, just use Rampage. Anyways, I think that's all for the video. Let me know what you think about this Scout Rifle if you have it, what you think about box breathing, what you think about it with Rampage. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.